All right. So we're finishing our week, finishing our study on the sound vibration of E in our mantra, our bija mantra, Hrim. You might remember that that sound E indicates energy, focus, and motivation. So you might have noticed, hey, you know what? Ha and Ra and E all have this association with energy. We talked about Ha being associated with prana, with life force. We talked about Ra being associated with fire and light and dharma. And then E, this connection again to energy, focus, and motivation. The word prana is interesting because it describes both life force, so that which is within us that animates us basically, but then also breath. And so that movement of prana, both breathing and then of course the shifting of the qualities within us, that's energy as a whole. So prana is often described as energy, but there's so much more to it. And we can shift the quality of prana within us through the use of mantra, and then also remember through the use of pranayama. And when you read, or when I read about, okay, where did mantra come from? Where did pranayama come from? There's no clear division of the two. And there's some historians even think that the repetition of mantra, the saying of these sacred sounds, led to the practice of pranayama because it was so difficult to repeat these mantra without losing your breath that they were like, we better practice breathing. Just like it is difficult to sit for silent sitting, for focused, mindful focus, or for meditation if your body isn't prepared. So when we think about this practice of mantra and we think about the bija mantra, we're starting really small, I guess, with these little teeny bija mantra with our om, our aim, our ha, ra, and e, because we're practicing both how these sounds feel within our bodies, but also developing the ability eventually to put them together and to string more and more sound vibrations together in order to create an effect. And what we're doing as we do these little practices is affecting our breath, right? Because we're taking this deep inhale and then we're vibrating the sound outwardly on our exhales. And we're also affecting prana by establishing this mindful focus of, oh, when I make the sound om, I'm clearing away the clutter. And when I make the sound I'm opening up to opportunity and to creativity. And when I make the sound ha, I'm thinking about the space. I'm thinking about my own energy. And when I make the sound ra, I'm focusing upon my duty, my life's work. And then when I make the sound e, I'm focusing on this idea of moving forward, of motivation. So these mantras are two-part and even more than two-part. But as we continue to practice, and as you now continue to practice Om, I'm Hrim, which is where we're headed, and then we'll add in more bija mantra, set that mindful focus so that it shifts your internal energy, your prana, your life force, your thing that animates you, and then also think about your breath. And are you really utilizing your breath effectively to make the sound express from you in a way that embodies that intention and that mindful focus behind it, that mindful intention or attention. So that's what we're focusing on today, is that idea of really using breath and combining it with that intention behind the sound. So physically, we're going to move through some postures that really require breath. And you might recall that when we work through various asana, we never want our breath to be more effortful than the posture itself. So if you get to a point, and I've seen it in tons of different classes, and I've described it before, where like somebody's doing this posture and they're like trying to pretzel their bodies or hold themselves upside down or whatever it is, and their face is turning red and their breath is really short, and you just see them like everything about them is suffering, right? Like their whole physical body is struggling, and then like they can't breathe. That's not yoga, right? That is pushing yourself to a point of potential injury. So as we move through the poses, really come back. If you find yourself struggling or straining physically, come back to your breath and see if your breath can alleviate that struggle or strain. And also apply your breath in order to give yourself more space, right? So when we breathe more deeply, we can create more openness. And then also to focus while you're in that posture. So if you're in a pose that maybe isn't as challenging, rather than starting to make your grocery list for next week and think about what garden work you have to do today, focus your mind again back to the posture, back to the place you're in, so that you're once again identifying what's the work I have to do here, what's happening within me that's going to help me affect the world around me. Okay, so we're going to need a strap today for sure, so make sure you have one nearby, and then of course make sure you have your blocks nearby just in case. And we're going to begin in a standing posture with our strap measured out really wide. So I've grabbed my 10-foot strap because I like using this big long one. And we're going to open up that strap super duper wide. So the strap is wide enough for me here so that when I extend it out with it, with my arms downward, it's right at my upper thigh, right at the base of my pubic bone, basically. And that's where we're going to work. And you'll come to stand in mountain pose. So setting your feet about hip width distance, rotating big toes so they turn slightly towards each other, outer edges of feet parallel, and then knees forward, abdomen in, and you've got your arms extended with your fingers down and thumbs forward. We're just going to begin by taking that strap straight up and overhead, arms wide, fingers spread out, thumbs backward. And as you do this, it's really easy to get into this position where you're like, oh, hey, I've got this. I'm doing real good here. Instead, you're going to bring belly in. And as you bring your arms up and back, you're going to keep drawing belly in and trying to keep your hips over your heels and your abdomen drawing in, so your spine stays in a fairly neutral position. You're going to get a little bit of lift through your sternum just because you're stretching out through your intercostals, through your pectorals, and opening through your upper body. Breathe here, press against the strap like you're trying to burst it, like you're trying to break that strap in half. And take another breath. And again. And another. And again. Now keep your arms in this position. Keep your abdomen drawing in. As you breathe out, just twist your way to the right. Now move just your upper body. Don't move your hips. And that's the hardest part, because as you rotate, your right hip's going to want to come along with you. Keep your right hip moving and rotating towards the front edge of the mat. Keep your arms extending and keep rotating, turning your torso all the way from belly button upward to shoulders and over to the right. And breathe there. Exhale, take another breath. Keep rotating hips forward. Breathe again. Exhaling, take another. Breathe out and again. Exhaling, two more here. Exhaling and again. Now as you breathe out next, rotate and turn your torso forward. 2 breaths here, back at neutral. And if you notice, you may have to adjust your hips because you didn't realize that you were letting them turn to the right. Take another inhale, re-engage through your abdomen. And again. Now on your next breath out, we turn upper body left this time, rotating from belly button through middle of body, upward to chest, and we're turning our torso now to the left. And same thing, you want to try and keep left hip rotating forward towards the front edge of your mat, and breathe there. Exhaling, take another. Stretching outward with your arms, stretching with your fingers, breathe again. Exhaling, keep rotating, breathe another. Exhaling, and again. 2 more times, deep breath in. 1 more breath. And then as you exhale, rotate to face forward again. 2 breaths here. Keep drawing belly in, deep inhale. And again. And as you exhale, let your arms come forward and drift downward. Release the strap from one hand and just hang out there. Let the feeling come back into your fingers and breathe there. Inhaling. Exhaling. Take another breath. Inhale. Exhale one more time. Okay, now let's do the same thing, but we'll take the strap in back. So now you're going to take your hands wide with the strap behind you. So same setup, but now you've got the strap in back. And if you don't have a loop in your strap, you can always wrap your hands so that you're not having to hold the strap. You do a little bind, and then you have the strap bound around your hands. All right, so again, we want to be careful because as we lift our arms, it's really easy to go like this to try and get our arms up, right? And like stick our bellies out really far. Belly remains towards spine. Sternum is going to lift slightly, and we're lifting our hands up. And you can just let your arms naturally rotate into whatever position feels right. Be careful. It's easy to do this and to end up with our shoulders rotating forward. Keep drawing arms backward, letting sternum rise and feel that space across your chest. So you'll notice we're stretching arm muscles, shoulder muscles, chest muscles. We're opening up those breathing apparatus. Take another breath. Exhaling, inhale another. Breathe out in again. Keep drawing belly to spine. Try not to squeeze your butt though. Breathe again. And another. Okay, keep this position in your arms. Breathe out, rotate right. So we're mimicking what we did with hands overhead. Right hip turns forward, torso turns right. Breathe there, inhaling. Exhaling, press against the strap. You're going to feel like you're so weak, like your arms are so not strong as you do this. Take another breath. Exhaling, and again. And another. And one more. And then turn to center. 2 breaths. Reset, belly to spine, loose gluteals, shoulder fast. And then to the left we go, rotating upper body, belly button, sternum, shoulders, but left hip rotates forward. Breathe. Exhaling, take another. Exhale, breathe again. Breathe out, and another. Left hip presses forward, one more. And then rotate to center, inhale deeply. Exhale, arms relax down. Let the strap dangle from one hand and hang there. Inhale. Now, if you haven't gotten warm in your arms and shoulders, then I'm jealous. Take a deep breath. Exhale, and another. All right, let's move that strap off to the side. And now we're going to have jello arms for a little bit. Standing at the front edge of your mat, your feet about hip width distance. And as you inhale, take your arms wide and reach them out to the sky. Exhale, hands together, bring them down in front of your heart, and then breathe again. Open arms up to the sky. Exhale, down to heart, and another in-breath upwards to the sky. Exhale to your heart. 3 more. Inhale up. Exhale to heart, and again, inhale up. Exhale to heart. 1 more. Inhale up. Exhale to heart. Let's breathe in, reaching all the way to the sky. As you exhale, open arms, let your hips lift high, hinge forward, downward towards the earth, lengthening your spine. Palms onto shins, extend your spine, look forward. And then as you exhale, fold down. Let's inhale, spread arms wide, lift to the sky. So think about how we just opened up our arms and our chest and our shoulders. Breathe again, reach to the sky. Exhale to your heart. We'll do 1 more like that. And then think about how we can mimic those movements by lengthening our spines and the backs of our legs. So we inhale, open up. Exhale, open arms, big wide arms, lengthen your spine, lift your hips and hinge forward, stretch through the backs of your legs. Inhale, palms on shins. Feel how prana, life force, energy is moving through you. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, spread your arms wide, lifting to the sky. Let your palms touch. Exhale to heart. We do it 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale to heart. Inhale up. Exhale to heart, and then we dive forward again. Inhale all the way up. Exhale with open arms, hips lift. Let's hinge and fold. Forward, long spine, lengthen the legs, down towards the earth. Inhale, palms to shins. We lift our spines and look forward. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, back up. Urdhva Sthasana. Hands come to touch. Exhale, down to heart. Breathe again. Reach to the sky. Exhale, down to heart. Inhale up. Exhale, down to heart. All right, let's fold forward to add on. Inhale all the way up. Exhale with open arms, hips lift. Let's hinge forward, lengthening spine and forward folding. Palms to shins, extend your back body. And then exhale, bend your knees, bring your hands down. Let's step back for warrior one. So right foot slides back like it's on a train track. Lengthen your leg and get your heel to the earth, keeping your front knee bent. Lift up on fingertips at first, continuing with that theme of creating space, of opening and lengthening. Make your spine as long as you can in this position. Now thinking about this twist we did before, right hip, draw it forward, trying to keep your right and left hip full facing the front edge of your mat. And from there, take your arms wide, try to lift to the sky, extending overhead. And you can either bring palms together or keep your arms wide. I'm going to work wide just because it feels a little better in my chest and shoulders. And when I work my arms wide, I can keep my chest open. When I bring my hands together, it tends to close up a little bit. Belly to spine, just like in our postures before. Take a deep inhale. Stretch up with your fingers. Press back with your right heel. Take another. And then as you exhale, open your arms wide. So imagine that somehow magically the strap could be on our arms here. And in the same way as how we pressed against the strap when we began in our mountain pose, press against the strap here. With your fingers, imagining you're pushing against it and bursting the strap. And then as you exhale, turn to the right first. Upper body twisting right, but right hip keeps facing forward. Don't let it follow your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, loose gluteals, engaged belly. Take another breath. Exhale, and again. Breathe out, take another. And again. One more time. And then rotate forward. Keep your arms wide. Feel that engagement through your arms. Deep inhale. Now we get to twist to the other side. Exhale, turning left. Now this will be easier because your right hip's going to try and follow your torso as you turn left, but your left hip can't really go anywhere because you have your foot forward. Take another breath. Exhaling, inhale again. Exhaling. Remember that when we twist, we're massaging our spine, we're massaging our internal organs, we're stretching all those muscles that get kind of stiff and stuck because we sit all the time. Take another breath. And again. And then as you exhale, rotate forward again. Inhale, hands up one more time. I hope your arms are getting tired and your fingers are getting tingly. Hands together, exhale down in front of heart. And then breathe again, reaching high into the sky. We'll exhale with open arms, forward fold, hands releasing down to the mat. Step forward. And as you exhale, forward fold, grab your elbows and dangle towards the earth in a ragdoll. Let your upper body drop towards the earth, falling down. Imagine your upper body like a wrecking ball, like it's dangling off a tiny little chain and falling towards the earth. And then feel how the more your upper body feels heavy, the more the extension is created through the backs of your legs. Breathe in again. And one more. Place your palms on your shins. Extend your spine, look forward. Exhale, let your hips rise and fold towards the earth. And then inhale, spread your arms wide, lift to the sky, bring your hands to touch, and then breathe out down in front of your heart. And then breathe in again, big open arms, stretching to the sky. Breathing out down to your heart, and do it again. All the way up to the sky, inhaling. Exhaling down to your heart. Inhaling all the way to the sky, and as you exhale with open arms, your hips lift, hinge and fold forward. Palms onto shins. Extend your spine, look forward. Out breath, your knees bend and your hands come down to the earth. Now left foot, slide it back like it's on a train track and get your heel to root. Keeping your front knee over your front ankle. And again, lift onto your fingertips as you press into your back heel and root your foot down. Pull your upper body forward. Take another breath. Exhaling, and again. And then inhale, spread your arms wide and lift to the sky. Keep thinking about left hip moving towards the front of the mat so your hips are parallel. And then you choose hands together or arms can be wide. It's up to you. Whatever feels right for your body. Take an inhale. Exhale, breathe again. And another. Next in-breath, wide arms. Stretch them out to the side. Inhale, hold here. Belly draws in, gluteals are loose. And then breathe out, turn left to start. Press your left hip forward. Push it towards the front edge of the mat. Don't let it follow your left arm. Inhale. Think about space. Think about openness. Think about broadening your chest from shoulder to shoulder. Stretching your arms from palm to palm. Breathe again. Exhaling, take another. And again, remember that our twists, not only do they massage everything, but they also wring out toxins. They clear the space, just like Om, along with Om. And then as you breathe out next, rotate, turn to face forward. Hold there, inhale. Exhale to the right. Breathe out. Now draw away from your left hip, your left leg. Feel that intense stretch through your left side. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe again. Keep drawing belly to spine, loose gluteals. Breathe another. Exhale and again. Inhale. And on your next breath out, rotate and turn forward. As you breathe in, your hands come up, your palms touch. As you breathe out, come down to center. As you breathe in, reach up to the sky, and then we'll exhale and forward fold. Hands releasing down to the earth. Inhale, step forward, left foot, feet parallel. Again, grab your elbows and dangle down towards the earth. Switch the hand that's on top, though. So your habit might be to put right hand on the bottom, switch and put left hand on the bottom this time as you dangle down. And again, your upper body, your head, your chest like a wrecking ball dangling from a chain or a cable. And your low body, backs of legs, hips and calves stretch. Come back to your breath. Are you noticing? Is it short? Is it rapid? Is it shallow? Can you make your breath long, slow, deeper? Releasing hands, place palms on shins, lift your spine. Look forward. Out breath, your hips rise and you fold forward towards the earth. In breath, open arms, lifting to the sky. Hands come to touch overhead and palms together. Bring them down in front of your heart. Let's do it again. In breath to the sky. Out breath to your heart. In breath, Urdhva arms reaching up. Exhale, hands together, Samasthiti. In breath, all the way to the sky. As we exhale with open arms, let's lift our hips, hinge and fold forward. Dangling down towards the earth. If your hands touch the ground, let them reach. If not, put them on shins, ankles, or feet. Palms on shins. Everybody lift your spine. Look forward and then exhale, bending your knees. Your hands plant down. Let's walk or step all the way to the back edge of our mat. So you want to lengthen it first, one leg and then the other until your feet are parallel. Shoulders over wrists and heels over balls of feet. We'll take a deep inhale here as you exhale, knees down. Bellies lift, and then bend elbows back and lower chest between thumbs, release hips and feet. Now we're going to hang out here for a little bit on the earth. First, Let's extend our arms forward, getting our elbows right beneath our shoulders, forearms parallel, and fingers spread wide. Sphinx pose. And as you're breathing, you lift your chest, draw your shoulders back. So coming back to that practice of deepening our breath and trying to find more expression in each inhale and exhale as you hold this pose, imagine that each time you inhale, it's like your breath fills your chest like a balloon and your chest extends and expands forward. And then exhale, try to keep that extension and draw your belly towards your spine to squeeze the breath out. And then inhale again. When I do this pose, I often think less of a sphinx and more of like a masthead on a ship. And you're trying to lift up and like bend backward as though you're the masthead on the ship and the rest of your body is the boat underwater. Take another breath. Exhaling 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, 1 more breath, deep and full. And then as you breathe out, lower down and slip your hands back so that your thumbs now point in towards your sternum and your hands are basically beneath your shoulders. So your palms are maybe just a little behind your shoulders. Your fingers are pointing forward. And then we'll lift into our cobra. So elbows back, lifting up, pubic bone remains on the earth. Same thing with your chest. Press it forward. Loose gluteals. Elbows bend slightly. Breathe in here. Exhale. Take another breath. Exhale, and again. Breathe out. 2 more. Exhale, 1 more. And then lower down again. On your next inhale, tuck your toes under so they grab the ground. So you've got your heels lifted and the bottoms of your toes are grabbing the earth. And as you breathe in next, you're going to slide forward until your toes flip over and your toenails are back on the ground. Then from here, you're going to lift again like cobra, but then you're going to lift your knees, your thighs, your shins, and you're going to balance on the tops of your feet and your palms, upward dog, Urdhva Hasana. And let's breathe here, 4 breaths. Exhale, take another inhale. Exhale, and again, inhale. Exhale, inhale, and you might start feeling that shorter, shallower breath. Make it full and deep. And then lift with your belly. Come on to the tops of your feet. Flip your toes over and push back to down dog. Middle fingers forward. Every other finger spreads wide. Our feet, once again, parallel like mountain pose. Our legs extending long. And breathe deeply here. Inhale. Exhale. Take another breath. And again, inhale. Exhale. 1 more. All right, inhale. Look up at your hands, and as you breathe out, your right foot steps to the front. You're going to scoot your foot forward until your toes line up with your fingertips. I'm going to grab a blanket because I like to have a cushion underneath my knee. Makes my knee much happier. And then lower your left knee down and relax your left toes. So we've got this long stance, right? Our back leg is almost extended. It's not, we don't have our knee beneath our hip like in a low lunge. We've got our Asana set up. And as we inhale, let's bring arms up and overhead. Again, you choose hands together or arms apart. Breathe in deeply. So hopefully now you're feeling the effects of all these movements we're doing and how all this is opening up here in your torso and your chest. Take another breath. Exhale, breathe again. Exhale, and another. And then on your next in-breath, open arms wide. Airplane wing arms, deep inhale. As we breathe out, we turn right. We're turning towards that front knee. And then you can put your right hand on your sacrum, so right in between your gluteals, or you can put your hand on your thigh. If you can reach your foot, that's cool too. Left arm reaches to the sky. And we're going to open up and tilt back. And as you do so, your right shoulder rotates open so that your chest broadens. And we'll breathe here, stretching through the front of your left leg, opening from left knee to left hip to left shoulder to left hand. Breathe again. You can look down. You can look to the side. You can look upward. Inhale, another. Exhale, and again. Breathe out. Take another inhale. Exhale, and again. As you inhale, left hand forward, right arm back. As you exhale, rotate forward. Breathe in, both hands up. Breathe out, hands to heart, and then again, both hands up. And as we exhale with open arms, forward fold. Inhale, step back with right foot, knees come to parallel. Inhale there. Exhale, bend your elbows, bring your chest down between your thumbs and rest there on the earth for a moment. And then as we inhale, elbows back, open up your chest, cobra. If you're on the blanket, you might find it hard to keep your pubic bone on the earth, that's okay. And then we'll bend our knees and bring our feet up towards our head. So we're looking more and more like the masthead on a ship now. Take another breath. Exhale, push your hips forward, lift your sternum upward. Inhale, another. And again. One more time. And then as you breathe out, lift with your belly, let your feet come back and down, your toes grabbing the earth. Press your hips back, make your spine long. Lift your knees up and move back, downward dog. Inhale. Exhale, breathe again, long spine. Exhale, and another. Breathe out one more time. Exhale. Inhaling, looking up at your hands as you exhale. Step all the way forward with left foot. Scooch it up until toes line up with fingertips. Now this time we'll let right knee come down. Same thing, we're looking for Asana, that extended posture for equestrian. Breathe in, you can lift and extend your spine long, and then when you're ready, dive up. And again, you choose. Arms parallel or palms together. Deep breath. Exhaling, take another. So this, if you do no other poses, this pose is great for undoing all that sitting at the computer and stagnancy that's been happening lately. I guess it's always been there. Maybe we're just increasing it a little bit more right now. Take another breath. And again. All right, in breath, open arms, nice and wide, airplane wings. And exhaling, we turn left this time. Rotating towards our left leg, deep breath in. And you choose, you can do hand on sacrum, you can do hand on thigh, and we're gonna lift right hand up. Left shoulder drawing back behind you so that your chest opens. We're avoiding that temptation to close up, but instead we wanna be broad and open and spacious. Ha. Inhale again. Exhale, take another breath. Breathe out and again. Exhale, take another. Exhale and again. Breathe out. Inhale deeply. Exhale, right hand forward, left arm back. Exhale, rotate forward. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, hands up. And exhale, forward fold. Hands release down. Left foot back, parallel to right. Okay, so from here, pull forward so shoulders are over wrists. Move your shoulders back, lift your chest, and then lift up on the tops of your feet. So you come into upward dog again. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Deep breath in. Exhale, shoulders back, elbows bend slightly. Breathe again. And then lift with your belly, roll or flip over your toes, and transition back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Deep breath in. Exhale, push your body weight backward, trying to get your heels to push backward, your calves to press backward, your thighs to press backward, your Spine to lengthen. Breathe again. And exhale. Inhale, look up at your hands and pull into plank. Exhale, up and over toes. Knees come down. Now we're in our table pose. Inhale here, exhale. And then let's grab our tools. So let's grab our strap, make sure it's nearby, and grab your blocks. Make sure they are set up at highest height. And we're going to put one block beside each foot. So I'm going to put them at highest height and one beside each foot. All right, and our straps are still wide, so we're going to rise up, stacking shoulders over hips, and we've got our wide strap. And let's take our hands into the strap. Oh, mine's all twisted. Untwist this. And then let's bring that strap up and overhead. So it's really easy, again, to like swing hips forward and let arms come back. Draw your belly in. Keep your arms extending upward, opening through your chest and letting your arms come back. Keep extending, lengthening your arms outward as you bring them back, trying to avoid that temptation to bend your elbows. Breathe again. Loosen up your gluteals. Take another. And again. Good. You can keep moving your arms back. If it feels good and you're feeling that space across your chest, you can keep pulling back. Take another breath. And again. And another. And then let's come back up to neutral. Breathe out. Let your arms come down. Release the strap from one hand. Hang out there. Let the feeling come back into your fingers. Breathe in. Exhale. And again, inhale. Exhale. So you guessed it. We get to do it on the in the back side now, the other side, right? And we'll bring the strap behind us and do the same setup with our arms. Fingers spread wide, backs of hands against the strap. We're going to try and lift. And again, belly remains, drawing into spine, doing your best to try and keep your hips over your knees, maintaining that neutral spine, those natural curves in your back body. Breathe again. Press your arms back. Let your shoulders be drawn back with your hands. Breathe again. Exhale. Take another. Exhaling. Breathe again. Exhale. And another. Two more. Keep lifting your arms if you're able. One more. And then let your arms release, and you can take the strap and move it off to the side. Whoo, and catch your breath and hang out there and feel that heat again into your shoulders. Deep breath. Exhale and another. All right, let's make those jello arms do some work again. Deep breath. Spread your arms wide. Lift to the sky. Bring your palms to touch. Exhale down to your heart. Do it again. Deep inhale upward to the sky. Exhale to your heart, and another deep breath, reaching upward to the sky. Exhaling down to heart. Two more, because our arms are starting to work again, and we can feel all the blood flow and the prana in them. Exhale. Inhale all the way up. Exhale to your heart. All right, inhale, open arms wide. Exhaling, let's twist right. Okay, so remember when we were standing, we had to bring that awareness into pushing right hips forward. Now do the same thing here, just like we did in Asana, just like we did in Warrior One. Look back for the block and plant right palm on the block. Keep your hips over your knees. Keep your belly drawing into your spine as your left arm lifts. And we come into, I'd call it Ardha Asana. It's like a half camel. Let your chest rise. You can let your left arm come back behind you. Right arm rotating behind you as well. And try to keep hips over knees. Breathe deeply. Looking down towards your block. Looking off to the side. Looking up to the sky. Creating space through your body. Breathe again. Exhaling. If that block feels really far away, remember you can always put your hand on your calf. On your back of your thigh or on your hip. If it feels better, breathe again. Exhaling and another. One more time, deep inhale. As you exhale, left arm forward, right arm backward. And next breath out, twist to face forward. All right, keep your arms out. Inhale. Exhale, twist left. Keep left hip pressing forward towards the front edge of your mat. Look back for the block, reach back. Left hand to the block, right hand up. Left arm moving towards your right foot. Hips over knees. Lengthening, opening through your right arm, looking downward to the side or upward. Ardha Ustrasana, our half camel, our camel prep. Breathe in. Exhale. Take another deep breath. Exhale. Inhale again. Breathe out. Take another inhale. Breathe out. And again. Exhale. Take another. And one more. Inhaling, right arm forward, torso to neutral, left arm back. Exhale, rotate to face forward. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, the heart. Inhale, hands up. And as we exhale, let's come back to table. Pause in your table for a minute. Feel the new neutral for your body, new center. We've cleared away the distractions and the habits. We've removed all those things that are in your way, or many other things. There might still be some limitations. Take another breath. And again. Inhale one more. Exhale. All right, we're not finished with that posture yet. We're going to keep those blocks where they are. And as you next inhale, let's rise to Bali seal. Arms up, hips lift, extending overhead. Exhale, bring hands together down the heart. Breathe again, reach up to the sky. Exhale down to heart and take another breath all the way up to the sky, hands to heart. You might have noticed many of the poses that we're doing today include spinal extension, and that's because what I found is when we move backward, it feels like our breath is restricted, but really what's happening is we're creating more breath for expansion. So hopefully you're feeling like all this space being opened up here, right? All this ability to breathe more deeply. All right, inhale, stretch to the sky. Let's go slowly, gently, and with intention and awareness. Breathing out. If somehow you can get your hands back this way, that's amazing. Go ahead and touch your feet. We'll all watch. Otherwise, take your hands back and put your hands on your gluteals. Gluteals, not low back, okay? If you can do fingers upward so that they're all pointing up, but they're not on your low back. That's up here. You want to be down on gluteals. Push hips forward and upward so that they stay lined up with your knees, right? Because you can't go too far forward without squeezing your butt. Keep your gluteals loose. Lift with your sternum, draw shoulders back. You can gaze to the ceiling or towards the point where the wall and the ceiling meet. Now you might stay here because this is beautiful, this is wonderful, it feels okay. You can go further, walking hands down onto thighs, opening your chest more. Keep pressing your hips forward. The further your hands go back, the more tempting it is to lean back. We don't want to lean back. We want to create lift and extension through our chest. If you want to, you can reach hands back onto those blocks that we reached for before. Totally acceptable. You can move the blocks inside of your feet if you want a deeper and more intense experience. And then those of you looking for a little bit more, you can reach down, hands to heels. Keep pressing hips forward, gluteals loose, chest rising high, head dropping back, full camel, Ustrasana. Breathe deeply. Exhale, take another. Exhale, two more wherever you are. One more. Do not rush out of this. First step, hands back to blocks. Next step, hands onto thighs. Gluteals are still loose. Hands onto gluteals. Push into gluteals. spine to neutral. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Honoring that which we created in our bodies. Breathe again. Open arms, table pose. Inhale. So even though that might have been really uncomfortable, maybe there's some tension, maybe you can feel some residual effects from that spinal extension, don't round your back. We don't want to undo what we've done. We've created this beautiful openness, this space, this extension through our spines. We've stretched out our intercostals. There's all this room now for prana to move. There's all this room now for creativity, for opportunity, and there's all this energy moving through you. Take another breath. Exhale, and one more time. If your blocks are in the way, go ahead and move them. If you're fine with their location, go ahead and tuck your toes under. And then lift your knees, lengthen your legs, and press backward into downward dog. Inhale. Exhale. Take another breath. Breathe out. Enjoying this little shortened down dog. Not quite as long as our traditional, not quite as short as when we do inverted V. Kind of in the middle. Take another breath. Exhale. And again. Breathe out one more time. And as you inhale, pull forward again and lower your knees down, table. Now let's move those tools completely out of the way. Take your feet to one side, come on down to sit. And if your blanket's in the middle of your mat, go ahead and remove it. So it's out of the way. So our camel pose is this great big extension, this big opening through our bodies. And so now let's complement that and release any tension that still remains with a little bit of a twist. You're going to need your single block, and we're going to put that block between our feet. And then we're going to either, you can make a little loop or you just can keep this big loop. And we're going to put that strap on our feet. And once you have that set up, we'll go to right side to begin with. So you'll rest on your right side, stretch your legs long outward to the right, and you're going to get your torso as close to your feet as you can by stretching your arms out and holding onto the strap, binding the strap, whatever feels good for you. But we ideally want to have this stability of the block between our feet and then the strap in our right hand. And then you'll move from there, lifting your left arm, turn your chest to the ceiling and start to stretch left arm out and away, or in my case, I've got some wall right here, so I'm going to go into a cactus posture here. And we're just going to breathe and twist, and my hope is you feel this in that same spot in your low back and your torso that we affected effortfully in our camel. Breathe again. As you twist, hold on tightly with your right hand, keeping your legs extended, and really pull your left arm, the left side of your chest away from your right side. Mimicking those twists we did standing and in Warrior One and in our equestrian posture. Transitioning from Hatha to Raja, going from effortful practice to more mindful. Feeling that restorative aspect of the poses now. Keep breathing. Feel free to turn your gaze over your left arm if you'd like. One more. And we'll let our knees bend. You can release the strap from your right hand. And then just rotate your feet and your knees back onto the earth, adjusting if you need to. I've got to get back on my mat. Into center, and just pause there for a moment. Deep breaths, keeping your breath deep and full and calm. So adjusting as you need to so that we can rotate to the other side. We'll bring the strap around our feet and extend legs out to the left this time. Left hand reaches for your seat, getting your torso as close to your feet as you can, binding left hand into the strap. Once we're there, right hand to the ceiling, and we twist now in the opposite direction. Breathing there, drawing your right arm away, twisting your torso away, and stretching through your hips, stretching through your legs, low back. Breathing deeply. And of course, you can turn your gaze over your right arm if you like, closing your eyes in order to find a little more peace, a little more ease in this posture. Seeking Sukha. 2 more. And when you next breathe out, bend your knees, release the strap, and then rotate back to center, adjusting as you need to so that you're centered on your mat, feet on the ground, arms wide. Take a little moment, a little check-in, a little Svatyaya. And then start rocking your knees. You can move the block out of the way so that your feet have some freedom. Do a little windshield wiper left to right. And while you're swinging your knees, consider how your body's feeling. Consider your breath. And consider the posture that your body most needs for corpse. Maybe you need a little lumbar roll underneath your back. Maybe you need a cannoli roll, the length of your spine. Maybe there's something else that'll serve you. And then rolling to your right side, rise up through that side, and then removing any tools that you don't need, get them out of the way. If it was me corpsing today, I would probably do either a cannoli or a lumbar roll just because it would feel good to have something beneath my back body for a little support after that extension. I would avoid anything that allows me to round my back, right? We don't want to be in a hunchbacky, tortoisey type posture. We want to maintain all that beautiful openness that we created throughout the practice. So something that keeps your back body in that beautiful extended position is what I recommend the most. So if you're using your blanket, you can cannoli roll horizontally or vertically. And place that either lengthwise or horizontally. And of course, I will not be corpsing because I'm going to guide you into our Raja Yoga practice. So once you're all set up in your posture that served you, close your eyes and take a couple breaths in order to calm everything down, remembering, like we talked about, or I talked about at the beginning of the practice, that prana is both life force and breath, and that your ability to direct both shifts everything about you. And so our sound vibration to close our practice is Om, I'm, Hrim. So if you're joining me, we'll start with Om as our first sound vibration. So pausing in your breath, exhale all the air out. And then with your next inhale, fill fully, and then exhale completely. Inhale fully for the sound Om. Inhale for I'm. And for Hrim. If you'd like to engage in the practice of bandha, you may choose to put right hand on lower abdomen and left hand on upper chest, or just keep your hands relaxed beside you and focus upon those areas. Breathe all your breath out. And as you inhale, lift with your pelvic floor and fill belly, chest, throat. Feel how expansive your breath is now. Hold your breath up and in. And then release pelvic floor, empty throat, empty chest, belly, squeeze your breath out, chin to hollow throat, hold it out. In breath, lifting pelvic floor, fill belly, chest, throat, hold breath up and in. And release pelvic floor, empty throat, chest, belly. Squeeze your breath out, chin to throat. Final round, lifting pelvic floor, fill belly, fill chest, fill throat, hold it up and in. Release, empty throat. Chest, belly, chin tilts to throat, hold breath out. Natural in breath. Natural out breath. Taking your palms together. Begin to rub them vigorously, creating heat between your hands, warming up your palms on Taranga Chatak, turning palms to eyes, fingers to forehead, creating darkness into which you revert your gaze and seek within yourself, your soul, your spark, your spirit, Atma. And keeping your eyes closed, cross your arms over your chest, put hands to opposite shoulders, elbows up to forehead, and then open your arms wide, backs of hands resting upon the earth, and remain here in your core with your attention turned inward, practicing mindfulness, experiencing the effects of our asana, our pranayama. Om Hrim. Om Hrim. Om Hrim. Consciously shift your awareness to your breath in the practice of inhaling more deeply and exhaling more completely. Once again, feel the space you created through this asana practice, through this conscious breathing practice. Feel your body as it expands with each in-breath and as it relaxes inward with each out-breath. Allowing your awareness and attention to move outward further. Begin to move your fingers and your toes. Open and close your hands, point and flex your feet. Move your wrists and your ankles, turning your head from side to side. And then as you breathe, then extend and expand arms and legs and lengthen from toes to fingers, from tail to crown. Breathing out, curling up, feet to the earth or legs to chest with hands around the backs of your legs. Pause for a moment. Turn your attention once more inward to honor the peace, contentment, and divinity that exists within you at all times. Gently roll to your right side. Your hands become a pillow for your head, and as you lay there, release, let go of ignorance, impurities, and distractions. Filter them into the earth. And using your hands for a little help, lift up, rising to a cross-legged seat. Bring your palms to touch, and lifting your hands, your thumbs point to the center of your chest. Anjali Mudra, our attitude of offering. Completing our practice, we offer peace within ourselves, Om Shanti. For others, Om Shanti. Throughout the multiverse, Om Shanti. I thank you for sharing the practice and the mirrors provided as we do so. Namaste.